What's going on, guys? Decoration Dude here, and today I have a really neat video on this Gemmy life-size dancing skeleton, specifically the Zoot suit skeleton. And I mean, this thing is excuse me, this thing is very rare. I think at one point people may have considered this the rarest dancing skeleton, but now it's not. The hardest is definitely the Reaper skeleton that was sold at Target, and that was like the last production 5-foot dancing skeleton they made. It's got like the weird blow mold hands and stuff, and like I believe only like 2 of those have surfaced, like only a few, not many at all, and those ones are just really hard to find. Not only is that one like the hardest dancing skeleton to find, it's also like the hardest Gemmy life size to find. At least it's one of them. That thing is just incredibly rare, and I hope that one day I'll be able to own one, but I mean, I'm doubtful. But then again, I never thought I would be getting one of these, so you never know. The story with this one is I got it on Facebook. It was actually listed in like Oklahoma, and they wanted $100 for it, and I asked them if they shipped, and I was expecting them not to, to say no, but they said they would. And it was an older guy, and he didn't know anything about it. He didn't know like how to collapse it or take the head off, so I kind of had to explain that all to him so he could fit into a box. And I tried telling him several times, like, there's, these Lowe's has these boxes, you can put 2 of them together, and it works perfectly for these 5-footers. And he wanted to go the route of getting like some type of box you use to put furniture in, and so like he could put them in there with the head still attached. I was like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, but it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg for shipping to ship something that big when it can just be collapsed all the way. But he said he drove around to like, I don't know, 7 or 8 places trying to find a box, and he couldn't find one. So eventually he just went, the route I recommended, and went to Lowe's and got a few of those boxes and put them together. So everything ended up working out, and the guy was really nice. So I'm glad we could work it all out. And yeah, he's here now. I mean, like I said, I really did not expect that he would be willing to ship, but surprisingly he did. And when I got this guy, he had his fair share of issues, and he still does have some flaws. So when I got him, the only thing that worked was the mouth movement and the eyes, and there was no body or head movement. So what I did is I opened it up, I replaced the gears because they were starting to split, you could tell. And then the belts were bad. They were completely dry rotted, and they weren't even on the pulleys anymore. They were just gone. So I replaced both belts. There's a belt for the dancing mechanism and a belt for the head, because like the head mechanism is not like the typical like 6-foot character mech. The motor's actually on the side here, and it goes down, and there's a belt that connects the motor to the mechanism. And so I got him fully working mechanically, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to fix his collapsing, because he will go down, but he won't stay down. And there's a whole bunch of parts that fell off of him, so I was trying to put it back together. And I tried like gluing the little hooks that are on the shoulder. There's actually one on each side, like right about there, and that's what kind of keeps them in the down position, and both of those were snapped. And I mean, the springs on these things just have so much force, the glue wouldn't hold. So eventually I'm hoping that I'll come across a 5-foot character that is like completely broken, and I'll just part it out, and I'll be able to put some new hooks on it for the collapsing mech. But as of right now, he doesn't fully collapse. And when I got this guy, actually, the box was like busted open, and he was kind of like sticking out because his springs are just so powerful. They're very powerful springs. Then again, these 5-foot characters, they don't lock into place like the 6-foot characters do, so they need the more power in the springs to get them to stay up. And then, so I was messing around with the collapsing mech, and then all of a sudden I tested him to see, make sure everything was working when I had them all back together, and he was not working. And it was a board issue. His head would move, but no body movement, and no mouth, and eyes. And there was one of his songs he sings at the very beginning of it, he would move his mouth like 2 times and it would just quit. So that's how I knew it was a board issue. And so what I did is I kind of opened up the board. I just kind of messed around with a multimeter. Just kind of messed around in there, and I got pretty lucky because I guess I bent a few of the capacitors to, you know, read the voltage on the board, and it started working again. So I don't know exactly what I did, but he is working now, and I'm hoping he stays that way. Then again, I'm telling myself like, hey, be prepared. This could need some board work done in the future, and it very well could, because these Zoot Suit skeletons are known for being pretty faulty with the board. But the good thing is, there's just so many different dancing skeletons, and they all have the same, you know, they all have the same songs, I believe, and it's the same, you know, sequence of the dancing and the mouth moving and all that. So worst comes to worst, if you ever get one of these and the chip is completely dead, there's probably it's probably pretty easy to get a hold of another chip for a dancing skeleton. Now it probably won't be the exact same, because this one's actually like really low pitched compared to my other dancing skeleton, but hey, I mean, if it works, it works. And he's got some gold chains on his pants here, which is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know about that. And yeah, I'll go ahead and demo him. He I don't know how the copyright thing works with this, you know, this type of item, so I don't really want to get a copyright strike, so I'm not going to play like the whole songs, but I'll just kind of briefly go through them so you guys can see them.
I'm a very spooky guy, and you don't take home your mother. Have mercy. Well, there's fine if you got the time. And the time to be.
And I know some of the songs, you know, they're not, you know, sorry, excuse me. Some of the songs he sings, they're not like the original version of the song. So, like I said, I really don't know how, you know, copyright would go about something like this. So I'm just not gonna play the whole songs. But I mean, here he is. He's in really good shape overall, except for hopefully that board issue doesn't come back. He did not come with the original adapter. They had like a 6-volt adapter in there, and so I'm just using my Dancing Santa's adapter. And he also did not come with a microphone or aux cord. So, I mean, that's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world, because most of these 5-foot skeletons are missing like the microphone or something. But yeah, here he is. I don't really have anything else to say about him. He's a really cool design, and the actually, I do have one more thing. The mouth on him is very good. It closes all the way. My other dancing skeleton, the mouth on it hangs open like that, and it needs to be adjusted. I just haven't gotten around to it, because I have heard that there is a way to adjust them. But with that being said, I don't have anything else to say about it now, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thanks for watching.